Hey, there we go. Uh-huh.
My mom shower.
Shower, and then she's gonna talk to her friend on the computer.
Oh, no.
No fruit. Yeah, no need.
Mom, Esther also?
No, yeah.
You want some coffee again?
No, I'm okay.
Okay.
No need, yeah. Well, let us do something a little different. Hopefully I don't get like banned, but I don't have anybody chatting, so I'm bored. So let's look at some YouTube videos. Because I want to work on stuff and I want to have accountability on stream. Well, let's see. Is it saying I'm only subscribed to 3 channels? That can't be right. Did I click on the wrong? Ah, I did. I was like, my feed is fucked up. Okay.
In this video, we'll go through some of the things that we've been sent throughout the year.
We're talking hobby products, we're talking tools, alternative games to Warhammer, airbrushes, Steve's mom, you name it.
And today, we're going to go through all of these things, review them, and see if we've been sent pure Warhammer scams or
if we have some pretty freaking cool smaller gold numbers. But what of all, you know what? There's a fatal flaw.
this might be the biggest scam we've ever seen.
There's mold. It sucks balls. Feels like small gun.
And let's do this. So I guess normally we just say no when companies want to send us stuff. We just simply do not have the time to test it.
Because we really want to focus on making the videos and use the stuff that we're excited about using. But lately, we've actually been starting to get sent stuff that we are actually excited about using. So we figured today is the day when we actually sit down and test everything to once and for all see if we are being scammed or if we are scamming them.
And Lucas, to be honest, there is one thing in here that I think can be kind of game-changing for gamers out there. So, are you ready? Let's try scam number 1. And my ladies and gentlemen, none of the products featured in this video is actually scams in any way or form. We're just grading them on the fun scale of scam, which is just fun. Now, let's get back to the video in the first part. Scam number 1, AK Interactive Quick Packs. These play markers, what do you think about them?
I mean, keepers, my dear. I've been seeing a lot.
We have Army Painter, obviously, has been one that's been doing so much marketing about these.
Yeah.
AK Interactive, Green Stuff World, and those are the 3 that I've seen.
I'm hesitant about these bad boys.
But I'm also kind of interested in testing them out, because in my world, anything that gets people to put paint on their beanies is better than the alternative of playing against grey beanies.
I agree. However, in my career, I've been using quite a lot of like felt markers. I think that these tips are gonna get so destroyed.
Probably quite busy.
Which makes it probably last not as long as like a paint.
But it's like contrast paints.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's try them out and see if they're a scam or if they're awesome. So, here's the thing. These markers aren't something we normally use. We have used stuff from AK before, like the regular acrylic paints, and they are fantastic. But we are used to having a lot of control when we paint. And these markers are kind of the thing where you trade that control for speed. You can quickly get a base coat down on flatter surfaces, and then improve on that with dry brushing and washes. But if you're doing stuff for competitions, like we normally do, I would probably get the regular paints instead. Okay, Lucas, obviously we have done a very shallow test. Take this review for whatever it is. If you're interested, based on what we've done, try them out yourself, because we haven't painted 100 minis. Sure, there's people out there who have. Let people know in the comments what you think about this. This is just how it is. Scam number 2. Trench Crusade's first ever miniature plastic kit.
Oh,
I am.
I was about to catch it.
Nobody's here, and I've been like sitting here for 40 minutes, so I was just like, kinda.
Oh, so you're just streaming their video?
Yeah, I'm just watching videos.
But then people can't see what you're doing.
No one's here anyway.
No, but if someone popped in.
No one's popped in.
I don't know, Steve, if you and your mom have been living under a rock the last couple of years, but Trench Crusade, they are like the new hotness under the sun. And you and I, we were at SXP and were given 2 boxes from Thomas Perinen, the creator himself. And I'm kind of excited to open up and see what we got there.
Is it shit? Is it not shit? You never know until you open it.
So, my ladies and gentlemen, obviously these kits are produced by Arpa, which we know and love. These are some great people, and fantastic. My man.
These look right.
You can never complain about the plastic on them. I feel like if there's something bad, it's the sculpt itself. You know what I think we should do? We should build them up, get a feel for how the scale is, give it our initial thought. So Lucas, what did you think of the plastic kit?
I love them. They're like everything I want from both the freaking Prussian warriors from French cuisine.
Yeah.
But also I find them really intriguing. I kind of want to make a Cadia army using these.
So in here it's 8 minis, and the price for this one is, depending on where you buy it, it's like between $40 and $55, which in my world is like, it's a little bit too close to the game's workshop pricing. I would have loved it to be like 35 for a box of these. But that is like my only complaint, because I feel like the minis themselves are very freaking epic. Maybe that some of the details are a little small, like scale-wise.
I don't think they are.
It's a little bit less heroic than Warhammer. So like some details can be a little bit if you have shitty eyes. But overall I just love the universe, I love the concept, I love the scopes. So I think it's not the full home run because of the price, but I think it's like a 2 out of 10 scan.
I'm gonna give it a 1 out of 10 scam because I fucking love Big Fire Boy.
That's a pretty good grade. So 3 out of 20. Let's go next to say. Scam number 3. Kilometer boom counter. Yes, I think that. Breaking the books. There we go. Do you know what this is, Lucas?
No, I have no idea.
The kilometer is like a digital wound counter. And the cool thing is, these ones, like you get this as like a start kit, but you can also 3D print like small basing bits and stuff and add on top of it. But I think this is kind of cool. So yeah, like a wound counter, you just add it to like whatever your character has. So say it's Seadrake, it's 22 or whatever. And then when you lose wounds, this counts down. And I think that's pretty sweet. Obviously, you might want to be able to like remove the battery and replace that. Yeah. Other than that, like I have like endless possibilities.
But you know what? There's a fatal flaw.
You can't move it up.
Yeah.
Maybe you can. Maybe we just need to read the instructions.
But I've flipped the switch in every direction and it's not working.
Yeah.
It's not me.
It's never this. But I think it's neat. It's more like, and even if that's like a thing, just the fact that you don't need to have like a ton of buttons and you can keep it small, I think is a cool thing.
You know what would have been really good? If
No.
you flipped it up, you went up. And if you flipped it down, you went down.
It's a tip for say the second edition product. You get 5 of these for $4.99 Swedish crowns, so that's $50, $10 each, or you can get 10 for $8. I think it's a quite fair price. I think considering the fact that you get free like bits that you can 3D print for it, and considering the price and like it's such a unique product that adds something cool to the hobby, even if there's room for improvement, I'm gonna give this a 2 out of 10.
Yeah, I will give it, I think a 4 out of 10 scam, because I don't know if they have improved it or not.
Yeah, let's go 6 out of 20. Scam number 4, scale 75, heavy body acrylics. Lucas, we've been massive fans of Vallejo and like the classic miniature acrylics.
Yep.
But I've also been really excited to try some heavy body stuff. And we got these from Scale 75.
And people, if you don't know what heavy body acrylics is, it's pretty much the same as regular acrylics that you are using, except it is like thicker, it's gooier.
It's like a glue instead of a liquidy paint.
Which makes it perfect if you want to move really fast and almost like spackle on the paint as opposed to having it to work it up.
It should be pretty good for like wet blending, right?
Yes, it's like a mix between oil paints and acrylics.
Honestly, this looks really fancy.
Yeah, maybe we should try to paint something like actually good with it.
And we come back with the review.
Maybe we need to like stop selling acrylics now and focus on heavy body stuff.
I'm kind of hyped. Let's do this. And while we try out the paints, let's talk about this week's sponsor.
Epic freaking Squarespace.
About 6 years ago, Lucas, before we got our first sponsor for this channel, I actually started building our website with help of Squarespace, and I absolutely loved it. So when Squarespace reached out and wanted to sponsor us, it was like, I'm getting paid to do shipping and use it. What is Squarespace?
It's the greatest tool on the freaking planet for building your websites and showcasing your business or your side hustles online.
And the cool thing is, Squarespace is completely free to try. So you can head to squarespace.com. You use one of their bazillion different award-winning templates to make an awesome freaking looking website. You then have 30 full days to like adapt it, drag and drop things, add texts, and it's never been easier.
And people, if you're like, I don't even know what to write on my website. Well, people, Squarespace, they've come down from heaven like a vision, and they've been like granting you with the greatest tool ever. Because they've combined their over 2 decades of design knowledge with freaking artificial intelligence, and boom, creating their design intelligence tool. It will literally hold your hand, write texts for you, tell you this picture would look great here.
Yeah.
You don't even...
So like, if you've ever had a dream to eventually make your thing into a full-time thing, make money of what you do, you should 100% follow the link down in the video description to try it out. Build that website now. And when you're ready to launch,
Enter the code SQUIDMARK.
and you get 10% off your entire purchase of a website or domain. Stop running your company on Facebook. Make your own passion. Remember. And now, let's see what we think about text. So I've done about 25 minutes, 30 minutes, and I'm having a lot of fun. These paints are super fun. It is very, very different from painting with like classic Vallejo acrylics. I do not think I would use this for like regular Warhammer stuff because I feel like I don't get the same control, but that also makes me think more about like general lighting. When I'm painting, I'm focusing more on the right thing, which is nice. Because of how the medium is, like it doesn't cover quite as well, but the pigment is super strong. For painting busts, if you want to do something quick and artistic, hell yeah, I'm having a ton of fun. But it's for Warhammer, I think I would have a really shitty time. But for busts, yes, that's Scam number 5, Conflict 47. The concept of this game is kind of similar to Trench Crusade.
Yeah,
It's a little bit different because Trench Crusade is World War One, right?
that's from like the Crusade all the way to World War One.
And it's more like that demonic, and this seems to be more like, what if future came into World War II? But it's plastic kits.
Voodoo spinner, light walker.
So I must say, like, the art book is really nice. It looks like Jean Stealer clothes and Wolfmen. I kind of like the design of these, I gotta be honest.
And I gotta say, these ones I think are cooler as memes than the book ones.
Yeah, I like the design of this this spider thing here. I think it's really cool. So I think the kits are kind of cool. Not the best kits, but I am also really happy that Games Workshop now has even more competition. The hobby as a whole need more alternatives for people to try out.
And I think the general concept of these videos are quite cool, and there are some elements that I really like the big guys' armor. I think that one is really nice. However, I do feel like there are a few details here and there that are maybe funky. You have some weapons.
There is room for improvement, but and also I think like we're a little bit entering the same territory as what I thought was negative with Trench Crusade. This box is like $50. This one had a pretty good price. It was around $30. I think this is a nice like price point for a modern kit. $50 is too much.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. But what's your grade?
I
Give us.
would give it smack down the middle, 5 out of 10.
I think for me it's like probably 3.5 to 4. I think there's room for improvement, but I also want to encourage people to like check it out because it has quite cool setting. I think you should definitely check this out. Scam number 6, Neo Echo Single Action Airbrush with pistol grip.
What the hell?
Yeah, but single action means that you don't control the air or the trigger separately. Everything, like when you pull back the trigger, everything happens at once.
And if you remember, we've done a review on an airbrush like this in the airbrush scan video.
Yeah, I don't remember what you did that.
Yeah, that one was pretty good. I had a lot of fun with it. But this one feels a lot more like an actual German pistol.
Can I touch it? I wanna feel it with my fingers. I'm gonna go full Canadian on it. How's the response like when you have some leeway here before the needle draws back? I think can be nice, but it's a little bit too much. It's like halfway down the trigger before it actually does something. But you know what, you can't really tell if an airbrush is good or not unless you try it.
But can we also take a moment
To appreciate the nozzles.
the massive ass nozzles.
But this should probably be good for coming close to the Mini, the way they're designed.
But I will give it to them. There are 2 extra needles
Yeah.
and 2 extra
So
nozzles.
it's 3 different sizes. That's
And you
pretty
have
sweet.
0.3, 0.8, and I don't know what the size on this one is.
So yeah, let's see if it's usable at all.
Why is it leaking air?
Apparently the speed connecting hose is fucked. Oh wait, maybe I can.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's still leaking air. Where is the on button? What the hell? I have air.
And then you can't have it.
I can't do the backflow technique. What the fuck? Okay. Even flow, not even once. The control you get from this airbrush is like -12. It's nothing. I over freaking sprayed. Who could have thought this would happen with such a sensitive and nice airbrush like this one? Just gonna test that and just sprayed my airbrush and
This is really good.
try making a fine line.
It sucks balls. 10 out of 10 scale.
This is, I think, the least controllable airbrush I've ever tried. And I have tried all of the bad ones. Trust me, all of them. I can see there being like a point for someone with rheumatism using this to have like an easier time, but this one, it ain't it. I'm sorry. I think it's one of the worst airbrushes I've tried. You have zero control, too wide spray. Either you get nothing or you get everything. Yeah. Also, the quick connection goes leak air. So, how about that? Give it a 10 out of 10. So, obviously, there are some upsides to pistol grip stuff. As an example, people with like rheumatism or arthritis, it's probably nice to have something bigger to hold. It's like $50 for the airbrush. And you can't really complain about getting a nice airbrush for that price, but is it for miniatures? No, it's not designed. It can be used for it, but it's not designed. Scam number 7. Goblin Hobbies Series 1 Stamping Plates. Boom.
Stamping plates.
Boom.
So, people, eBay Miniature Rescues and Goobery Townery Hobbery last year designed these freaking bad boys. And this is basically just a retouched nail polish stamp.
Yeah, so they've taken something from a completely different hobby and made it for Warhammer and miniature. In Goobertown, this might be the biggest scam you've ever seen, and it's attached to your name. I guess we'll find out if it is a scam or not.
Yeah. So basically what you do is just put paint into the thing that you
Yeah,
want
you
to use.
spray it off with the paper, and then you just add the stamp, and then you can press it on your movie. But Lucas, here's the thing, like making freehands, there's such a big like starting point to like get the brush control, practice painting those. Using transfers is kind of shit. This is kind of a genius like in between that, especially if you like add scratches with the regular brush, maybe do like matte varnish or like wash a little bit after you've added it. I can understand why people like this thing and why it's been such a success. And so like the start kit of this, Lucas, is 43 donkers.
I think it's pretty great.
Yeah.
The only thing is that the small one on this keeps
Popping off. Yeah. This being the creative product it is, I think I'm gonna give this today's first 1 out of 10. Let's go with it now.
Yeah, I would give it a 1 out of 10.
Pretty sweet.
Much better than decals because fucking transfer sheets, they suck.
Scam number 8. Little Soldiers board game. You remember those days, Lucas, when you had these like Toy Story small soldiers and you were playing with them on the floor?
No.
No, okay. But this is pretty much Toy Story as the soldiers in a board game version. I think it's quite a cool concept where you like build up a board game with the shit you have at home. So like, oh no, you pretend that this milk box is a house, and you pretend that this cup is something else. And you can play it on.
Can we just appreciate for a minute freaking board game boxes?
Yeah.
This is so satisfying.
Yeah.
It's so great.
So obviously we're not gonna like play the game and do like a deep dive review. I just thought this was kind of a fun package that we were sent, and even if the minis are kind of like board game quality minis, I think this is such a cool idea. I just wanted to show it, give it a review. I can't give it a grade because I haven't tried the game, but it's freaking cool and I like it. Yeah, let's move on to scan number 9. Scan number 9. A lot of miniatures.
Every freaking week, we are asked by like 25 different companies to feature their minis in
Yeah.
our videos.
You know what? Let's make like a quick round of some minis that we've been sent, and maybe give them like 1 sentence review each, just based on how cool they are. Okay. Battletech minis.
3 out of 10 scan.
Okay, so this is kind of a retro design soldiers, but the plastic is kind of low quality.
Yeah, it feels like small Gundam.
I will give this like a 6 out of 10. Pretty okay.
7 out of 10. No, 6 out of 10 because they're pretty bad.
Rascal Town by Rogue Hobbies. This is Louise Seiden's
Yeah.
minis. And I think she's doing something so cool with minis because it's so different from what anyone else does.
It's so freaking cute.
The designs are super, super sweet. 2 out of 10 scan.
I would give it a 1 out of 10.
Shroudfall. Miniatures start collecting boxes.
There's something intriguing with the packaging.
It feels really expensive.
Yeah.
I just looked it up. 89 euros for one of these boxes. The design and scope of these is like a 10 out of 10 for the like comic style that they're looking for. But it being 3D printed with support bits left over.
That's really unfortunate.
It could have been probably a 3 out of 10. The price is too high to be a 1. But I think I have to bump it down to like a straight down the middle 5 out of 10. Because I was so disappointed about the support.
Yeah, I will also give it a 5 out of 10 scan rule.
Witcher Legacy.
This is not my cup. It's a 3D print in like a 25mm scale.
But the details are too small. I still think it's gonna be like a 7.5.
I think the packaging alone is like making it just an 8 out of 10 scan instead of a 10.
Okay. Arkham Studios' first StarCraft kit. Oh, for the upcoming StarCraft game.
Yeah.
So you get 2 screws, and one of them is transparent.
I gotta give it to them. I think this is some of the best clear plastic I've seen.
Yeah. Maybe not my favorite design.
I give it 1 out of 10.
I'm gonna total give it 2.5 out of 10 because the box art and the scope isn't my favorite. Ilblos miniatures, Lucas. We got sent some really sweet looking retro metal minis. I think one of these are hand sculpted, and it's like a one-man company releasing some super sweet retro minis.
Yeah, these look freaking fly.
You have the freaking Duck Warriors. It's the coolest shit ever. I honestly, for being retro minis, like single minis you can buy, I think this is like the 1 out of 10. Last miniature of the day, Hex figure bust. So we've been sent busts by this designer who has his own brand, Daniel Fernandez Puchon. The packaging, yeah, really nice. And just how well it's been cleaned up, quality of the details, you get 2 different alternatives for the head.
How much does it cost?
39 euro. I think that's the only drawback. It's kind of expensive, but the quality is so nice. But considering the price, probably 2.5. But if it was cheaper, it could have been a 1 out of 10. But I also get it, it's like a family company. It's a one-person company. He has to charge for it.
I give 2 out of 10 scan.
Boom. My ladies and my gentlemen, that was today's video. If you feel like you learned something, we would greatly appreciate having a like on this video. If you want to learn to paint like Lucas and I do, you can go check out our wet palettes, maybe check out our paint sets or our miniatures.
And also practice a lot.
That's true. Massive thanks to all of our amazing patrons. Of course, you guys are amazing ones, especially the top owners.
Without recruiting people, we could not do any of this.
And of course, to our sponsor, the trusted Seadrake, the best place to build a website.
All right. Well, that was that video.
These are two boxes
On to the next.
lost to time. One, packed with miniatures forgotten for almost 40 years.
And the other one, filled with minis that's been forgotten for 20 to 30 years. Both of these boxes are containing some of the rarest minis and Warhammer ever made.
And today, you're gonna experience with us opening these for the first time in decades.
Oh! What the? Is that like a...
Oh! Lucas, inside these two boxes, we have some of the rarest minis that's ever entered this office.
How do we know?
Yeah, but here is the cool thing. We had two separate viewers from two opposite sides of this planet, pretty much at the same time, reaching out, wanting to send us some rare stuff for our channel to enjoy. And we figured, since these boxes have been lost to time, we wanted you guys to be part of it. This first box contains minis that is the same age as me. They're from 1987. And this one contains some of the rarest Warhammer minis ever made. So, which one do you want to start with?
I think we should go with the old one, because it's older than me.
I think both of them are older than you. So this box is from Herr Löber, German man. This says, "Dear Emil, thanks for taking care of the minis. Have fun." And the first mini that I freaking see, Lucas. Can you see what this is?
What the frick?
This is so freaking old.
I don't even know what these minis are.
This is like free Games Workshop getting the license for Lord of the Rings. This specific one is Lord of the Rings, obviously, the Witch King. A diorama with Merry and Eowyn.
You know what? I have the same diorama from Games Workshop.
Yeah,
And that one is silver.
I think this is pretty awesome. Considering how old it is, it's from freaking 1987. I think the design is really, really beautiful.
Yeah?
Lucas is not telling. It's kind of crazy this is the first mini in the box. Let's bring out some more stuff. Can you tell what
Is it
this
Sheila? Or is it just a random spider?
Riespinnerhaus and Duswald.
Oh no, then it's just a spider from Mercury. Because it's a little bit small for being...
Lead poisoning hazard. This item contains lead. It's not suitable for children under 14. Hells yeah.
We have to translate this. It shouldn't be Shelob, because Shelob is a demon monster made of demonic magic.
Yeah.
So it's just in like the Peter Jackson interpretation that she's actually a...
Physical spider.
Yeah. It's a fucking Mirkwood spider.
Seriously though, look at the quality of the legs. Have you ever seen this old Games Workshop mini having that quality of the sculpt? A good example of something of a similar age would be Gabs and Jane.
And that's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad. Okay, Lucas. The next one. Look at this. You have the price.
Oh, it's $8.90.
Deutsche Mark. According to artificial intelligence, it's like around €4. Who do we freaking have?
Is it Treebeard?
Handbook number 1.
It also just says...
Sanghorn.
Yeah.
Skin bark. Seriously, this like design for being this old, I think it's freaking awesome.
But it should be Treebeard. He's carrying an urn. In the books, that's what he gives the water to Merry and Pippin.
But the cool thing with this one, they are designed for a Lord of the Rings RPG. So now we're gonna find like the old
We're gonna catch them all.
80s, 90s RPG.
I gotta say, I think this is the best looking LED mini I've ever seen.
Yeah, the sculpting is freaking out of this world. It is a little bit flamboyant, which is
Yeah,
really nice.
it's a bit, it got sass.
Yeah, sassy Treebeard. Okay, Lucas, I'm excited for another one. What do we got?
Oh, it's a Ringgeist.
Oh, I can't believe they made this like 20 years before, no, okay, but at least 10, 15 years before the Lord of the Rings from Games Workshop started. And it still looks this good. What do we have next? Ooh, an Elorian elf.
Is it just a Gregorian elf?
Yeah.
What the fuck, Eric? You ruined it.
No, it was but considering it's hand sculpted and freaking 200 years old, this is legit beautiful. I'm honestly super hyped about this because I think like the minis are looking freaking awesome and they're as old as I am. It's me.
Oh, this is even older. Oh, is it a Fimberitil Entwife? It's an Entwife.
What the hell?
But my guys, they had forgotten what they looked like. How are we supposed to make movies from them if we don't know what they look like?
This is maybe the first one that feels a little bit funky, but I kind of still like it. I gotta be honest. But Lucas, before we bring out more Lord of the Rings minis, we have to talk about my new favorite, Hobbit. This week's sponsor, Fandom. Okay, so this one goes out to all of the Warhammer lover boys out there that love having unique armies and models. As you know, Lucas and I, we have over the past couple of years really gotten into converting and kit bashing our armies to make them more unique. And having a good rotary tool for that has really helped. And just a couple of weeks ago, Lucas and I got to try this one, the Fantic F2 Master, for the first time. This, my ladies and gentlemen, is literally it. In here, we have the rotary tool, which is super lightweight and easy to handle, so anyone, even with gentle hands, can hold them. And we also have all the 35 tools needed to convert and kit bash your minis. Anything from drill bits and mills to sanding and grinding tools. I think one of the main things for me that's been super lovely with this one is the other drills and rotary tools that we have are super large and bulky. And because they are, we put them away in boxes, and when we need to find them, we don't know if the batteries are charged or if we need to find the spot to plug in the charging cable. But this one, you can leave it out on the freaking painting desk because it takes 0 space. Like, it's got all the speed options you want, 5 different speeds, and it spins around super fast. We'll add some information up here with how fast it goes. I guess, personally, I don't really care about that, but I want it to be easy to use and easy to store. And I want to know where I have all my drill bits. And previously, it's been a mess. Honestly, it's been a pain. So I'm super happy that we got this one to try out, and to have them as a sponsor. It's just lovely. So if you're serious about converting, kit bashing your minis, making them feel unique, you should definitely check this one out. And they've been so kind to give all of our Squidmar viewers 41% off if you use the code SquidmarF2 at checkout, with added links in the video description where you can pick it up through Amazon. So it's going to be super convenient for everyone out there. And now I think it's time to head back to our video and check out more rare minis, because there are some amazing ones coming in a couple of minutes. Here we got a batch of already open minis. Okay. I'm gonna just unload it and we'll see what we got here.
Ooh, like a pop quiz and see if we know what
Okay,
it is.
so there is a boat here. I'm assuming it's the boat that they take after Boromir get killed, or after they leave the forest with elves, maybe. I feel like I'm getting cancelled by just touching the minis right now. There's a painted horse. We have a cannon. I do not think that is Lord of the Rings.
No, especially since it has a effect.
Yeah. But this looks like an orc.
Yes.
And it's been painted. Could this be Rohan?
No, I think these are elves. Because if you look at the patterns on the thing,
Yeah.
it's pretty much the same type of patterns as on Nimrod.
Elrohir, metal miniature. He was a son of Elrond. How many freaking Elrohir does he have? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 Elrohir. And we have the rest of the parts for the boat. And I think these are men rowing. Rowmen. So they are probably from Rohan. Lucas didn't like that joke. Christopher is laughing his ass off. So who would this be? They all kind of look like elves, don't they? So what's your guess on that one? Horse Rider. That one has to be from Rohan.
It surely has to be an elf. It's like Elrond.
Yeah. Okay. It's freaking Galad.
Is it Gil-galad?
Yeah.
Well, of course, because he has a spear.
I kind of want to paint that to like a modern standard.
The boat is the one.
Let's see if we can find some other parts.
Something that gives away the origin of the story.
There are no more loose minis, Lucas. You want to take the next mini?
Yep.
You go ahead, girl.
Oh, there's more.
There is a lot more.
Ringgeist beritten.
Oh,
So this
it's
is
a
a
rider.
masked wooden horse.
Yeah, fuck you.
This is so cool.
What else do we got? We have another big one. Sauron's Mound Beritten.
The Mouth of Sauron.
Holy fuck you. Look at this helmet. This is awesome.
This is so fucking cool. My guy.
That's a cool mini. Pick one.
Oh, yes.
It's
Gandalf's Greybeard.
got. Dude, look at this.
10. How are you, 10?
Dude, it's incredible.
I
This one is.
Yeah.
am.
It's the same to see you like really put in
So I'm
this.
3D printing a bunch of minis for. Hold on.
Just get enter them to Golden Leap.
I'm 3D printing a bunch of minis for D&D, and so this is my new like PC mini, the little Dwergar dude. But I ended up making him a cowboy kind of, and so I gave him a cowboy hat and a like duster western style like trench coat. Yeehaw indeed. So that's the mini that I made for that game. And then one of the other guys plays a dwarf. I printed him. It's a cool looking dude. And then this is his mount. It's just this cool mountain goat-esque dude. And then I have a crazy thing about making custom models. So I kit bashed them together. And so now he's riding his mount. So we have a model for that when we play. Because he in battle will like jump on his mount. So I wanted to have a model so when he's actually riding it, we know that he's actually riding it. Pretty cool. So I'm basically going through and cleaning up all the little support marks and stuff from the 3D models right now. I might paint here in a little bit, but nobody was in the chat room, so I was just kind of bored sitting here by myself. So I just put on YouTube and just started doing stuff until somebody showed up. But yes, you're very sleepy. What time is it there? Should you be up? Will I lose you back to bed? All of these questions are quite important. Oh yeah, I have this big old werebear. The dwarf guy turns into a big old scary bear. You are making bolognese. That sounds nice. 1 p.m. Whoa. Whoa. Would you stay up super late? I feel like that's something you would do. Staying up quite late past your bedtime. Oh, and check out this fun dude. Wah. 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 He's a pet of one of the PCs. Because, you know, what's D&D without pets? Yes, because beauty is in the eye of. And I love these guys and their attitude. Blah, blah, blah. Now kiss. What else? I have an ent. Big old ent. And what else? Oh, I got a big old hand. It's all like zombie hand. Pretty snazzy. Pretty snazzy. I still have a couple more. I have 2 more ents that I need to clean up. So you can see they have all the support material still on the insides. So get them ready for the games to at least have the models ready to play with, but I'll bring them back home after and paint on another stream, very likely. So that's the update there. Oh, I've been meaning to stream more. Here, I'll switch back here for a sec. I've been meaning to stream more, but I ended up hurting my fingy. I cut the tip of my finger. Well, not the tip of my finger. The top of my finger. The fingernail, halfway through the fingernail and then into my finger, I got sliced off by this big old paper cutter thing. Where there. I was flicking a piece of paper out of the way, and my finger like hit the blade, and it was just enough force because the blade is so sharp to just shing right through. That hurt a lot. That hurt a lot. So, yeah, not the best moment ever. But I went. So if it was just me, I probably would have just like do what I did. I took an alcohol wipe, antiseptic, and wiped off my finger while I yelled, and then I put a Band-Aid on it. And Jane was freaking out, so we went to the doctor, and the doctor was like, "Ow, that looks painful. Here's a fancy Band-Aid and disinfectant." So it was basically what I did, but just more expensive. So yeah, that was my adventure for the last couple of days. What's new in 10 territory? Not a lot. Have you folded anything new? How about BG3? I haven't streamed much, so I've fallen behind on your progress. Just kind of hanging around. That's all good, though. That's all good. Oh, man. Yes. Minsk. Strong like bear. But not the actual bear. Because you can have sex with the bear. But I don't think you can with Minsk. Although I never tried. Oh, and Jane and I got our merch into a local D&D shop, one of the bigger, well-known D&D shops in Singapore. Now carries our stuff. So Seadrake's shirts and merch are in their shop. I actually probably should go and check on the inventory soon. But that was a big thing, and that's what I actually cut my finger doing. We were making price tags for the shop. Thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, we got it all set up in there, and it looks good. And even on the first day, we sold, I think, at least a keychain or something, which, you know, not much, but for it just kind of being there and not having to really do much, it's nice to have some stuff. So I'm actually going to start going around to all the different shops and seeing if we can make a deal and put our stuff in. Although between you and me, I've been contemplating what to do next, because one of my things that I like to do in my spare time, especially that I'm trying to be healthier and lose weight and stuff, is to walk a lot more. So I take my spare time and I go to these malls, because one thing that Singapore has a ton of is just a crazy abundance of shopping malls with like 6 floors and all these different shops and everything. So I walk around for a few hours a day, and I'm noticing that there's a lot of empty shops, and I'm like, there's got to be something there. Like, I really want to figure out, like, do we open up a retail location? But then that's like a whole nother thing, you know? I don't want to really compete with the other shops that are out and open, because the market, I don't think, has room for yet another D&D store or a fashion brand. Like, Singapore has shops by the thousand, you know, and that's why there are open retail spaces. But I don't know. I just feel like there's something to do with it. You know, what is it that other people are not doing well? And then we do that better than anybody else. And that's what makes people want to come to us, you know? I don't know what that is, but I feel like there's an idea on the tip of my brain. Something good. It's brewing in my subconscious. Hopefully, I'll dream about this amazing store. Market research. Yeah, I've never been the strongest at it because my ADHD is just so intense that my brain sees that as a non-fun thing to do, and so my brain just literally shuts down. I have to like chew down a couple of Ritalin just to get to the computer and start like looking. But I think the problem is too that I have so many like, oh, what about this? What about this? Oh, this is going on. This is popular. And then it just becomes too much information. I'm like, what do I do with all this information now? So I'm good when there's just enough parameters. If you give me like, come up with an idea within this space with no other abilities to come up with an idea, I'll come up with something. I'm a very creative problem solver. But when there's the door is too wide open, I struggle. What if I combine ideas and do an experience that is like fantasy D&D-esque kind of vibes, but it's more of a show. So you it's kind of like playing D&D, but you experience like a interactive show. So basically that's just D&D. Let's just call that what it is. I don't know. There's something. Because one thing about Singapore that's great is people are bored. And what that does is give us the opportunity to come up with things to make people excited about something new. So you just have to really come up with something unique that people would be willing to try. The only thing is you also can't invest too much in an idea, because if it does take off, great, but it will only last for 6-8 months, maybe a year, before people get tired of it and bored. Like restaurants are kind of that way. You'll see them come and go. And sometimes they're even by the same owner to just kind of generate new hype. Ah, 10. I need your wisdom. What does my very own wise sage have to say? Also, this artist right here, Beverly Glenn Copeland, I swear was the inspiration for like half the music in Stardew Valley. I was putting together playlists for my D&D campaign that I run, very rarely, and I discovered this artist, and the music is like so close, but this was made in like the 70s or 80s, I think. Um, so Concerned Ape has got some explaining to do. Not really, considering that guy like did everything by himself for that entire game, and then created the world's like greatest game and most popular game, next to maybe Minecraft. All right, I think we got this guy all cleaned up. He's looking pretty good. He needs a base to stand on. So let's break the base out. Gotta do some gluing. I wonder what Haunted Chocolatier would be like. I am excited, actually. I'm trying to get too not to get too excited because I feel like he struck. He created lightning, right? When he created Stardew, but then to just do it again. That's what blows me away. Like even musicians, they become like they get their one hit, right? The one hit wonder, but then they have to make more. They have to make another album. They have to keep creating music that people will like. And granted, when you get fans, people will stay like into you. So Stardew is gonna kind of have, I think that, or Haunted Chocolatier is gonna kind of have that same like following, but it's also going to be harshly criticized because it's going to be compared with a game that people love so much. I think it'll be great. I think it'll be great. He really knows how to make the feeling right. Like I don't know if you watched the recent video that he just came out with, and he showed a bunch of like behind the scenes stuff from different older builds of the game of Stardew, which was super cool. One sec, I'm gluing down tree feet. Aha. Oh, sorry. I have turned ads down to as low as I can. But I think it needs to be different enough from Stardew that it stands alone and cannot be super compared. Also, y'all got to run pre-rolls so I don't get these ads every half an hour. Let me see if I can do something about that. I need to learn more about how to run the ads and stuff. How do I mess with the ads? I think I have to do it on the website. I don't think I can do it on a Stream Manager. Ugh, and I'm using Streamlabs, so I can't like mess with the ad settings. Ugh. Are you still stuck in ads? Okay. Sorry about that. I gotta learn more about how to run the ads and stuff. So you run pre-roll. I see. I should be able to snooze that shit, right? It's a thing people do. Enable to run stream display ads on your channel. What? How do you do it? What do you do settings wise for your ads? Bruh. Bruh. You don't have ads at all? But how? Mine's just like there. Well, the best I can do is I have it set to a 30-second ad break every hour. Oh, you haven't activated your affiliate. Got it. Yeah, I have, like, you can auto snooze during certain like high key moments, But I don't know how to fucking... I'll play with it later. But you should be adless for a while. Now my music is too quiet. Actually, we'll put it... Oh, I don't think so. We're not skipping the Expedition 33 music. Actually, I should add... Oh, you don't have to look into it for me, Ten. I mean, it's very kind. Device. Nope. Oh well. Oh, I love Expedition 33 so much. The soundtrack is just phenomenal. We'll figure it out. No, you didn't. I also didn't know that it was running because I turned on this thing that's supposed to like tell me when ads are about to play, but I don't have. It doesn't show up on Streamlabs, so I'm still working out the kinks. Not those kind of kinks. No, I did not know there was new DLC for Dave the Diver. I need to pick that game back up. I haven't touched it in like a year. Don't tell. Although Jane just got the new Switch 2 and has just been playing Pokopia nonstop because it is quite good. I haven't gotten to play it myself yet much. I ran around on her game for 5 minutes. We don't kink shame here. That's true. That's true. We do not. OBS, my beloved. Yes. Well, you took the time to actually learn it. I paid to not learn it because I paid for Streamlabs because I'm an old man now and technology is hard for some reason now. I used to be the technology guy on computers. Now I'm like, what button does this? How do I mouse? Ah, phooey. Oh, I also am getting stuff to level up my D&D table here at my house because we're going to be running a bi-weekly game soon. I'm super excited about that. But I took the TV and I'm going to lay it down on the table, and I got a like acrylic sheet to put on top of it, so we're going to be able to play games. I'm debating on spending a couple $100 more to make it touchscreen interactive, so I can actually put the minis on the table, and as they move through an area, the fog of war, visual thing will actually clear up on its own as you move your mini through a space. So cool. It took you half an hour to figure it out. I'm very happy that you were able to get everything set up the way that you wanted in half an hour. I spent like days. Thank you, Ten. I appreciate it. I may take you up on that because I do want to have better usability for OBS. I think OBS is better because you have more finite control. It's just not as easy, but that's okay. Oh, look at all the supports on this. Hold on, I can show you on the other screen. The supports on this are like nuts. Oh, yeah. Oh, so Jane and I had an interesting business meeting last night. It's for some friends. They're starting a business. Oh, it's friends of her parents' rather. and they want her parents to help out, but are trying to get us to help convince her parents to like join the project or something. I don't know. It's all weird. But we went out to this dinner and it was very expensive, and I picked up the check. And one upside is we it was a Korean barbecue, so had a lot of soju, rice wine, and grilled meats, which was nice. I broke a little piece of her vines. Well, edited it. Ugh, this resin is so brittle. I ran out of my good resin. I have a very nice ABS-like resin that is tough but flexible, and you can kind of beat it up and it'll respond in a good way. But I ran out and I wanted to print a bunch of stuff for this weekend, and I just grabbed a bottle that's been sitting on my shelf for 2 years. So it's very old resin. And it printed okay, but man, it is not the kind that I enjoy using. And it's reminding me why, or what my life was like before I started using the good stuff. Sadly, Jane cannot join tonight and take over my chat with you. She scheduled a hangout with one of her friends that lives in the UK, and so they're just chit-chatting. But who knows, maybe she will end at some point and jump in. Rip. Rip indeed. I won't be offended if you decide to find other more interesting streamers with cooler wives that join the stream. Do 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 do. Okay. I want to find one of those mods or whatever plugins that allows chat to basically control the music, because I think it would be cool to let people that are hanging out and listening uh, play music and stuff. And obviously, I could turn it off, you know, if I'm not like into it. But I like some interactivity in my stream. I think that would be one of my goals, is to try and figure out ways to make the streams more interactive. Oh, I'm almost done cleaning up. It's a sometimes satisfying task, but also gets very tedious. Hello, dog. What are you doing here? What do you want? Huh? What do you want? Those are cool. The little bushes. They go on the head of this awesome model. Yeah, so I've been a member of Loot Studios for a very long time, and they have some really great models at really high quality. So I highly recommend them. And they come out in really cool like bundles, and they always have a theme. So like